G'day cheeky dogs, my name's Margie and I'm an Australian currently living in America.
And today I'm going to be breaking down with you all of the rest of season 3C episode names and what they link up to with the still images that we have so far, as well as what I think the other episodes are going to be about and which ones are which. And in general, I'm just super excited to tell you guys all about this. Now, these episode title names do come from a public metadata website that is used when shows are sort of like shown through multiple different companies, so it is a very legit website as well. Also, massive shout out to Thea Games 10, who is the cheekiest of cheeky dogs and was able to find this information and share it with me, so I super duper appreciate that. Big shout out to that channel, definitely go and check it out. So again, I think this is at least 99.9% legit, 0.1% just in case something changes and I gotta cover myself, but 99.9% sure. So let's start first with the 8 episode titles and 8 images that we have from season 3 so far and which ones link up to what. And then we'll go through the other 3 episode names that with information we know from interviews as well as from toys. And then the last 2 that I have some ideas about as well. If you haven't seen season 3B or season 3C, it is unfortunately only available in Australia. But you can be in Australia without having to catch a flight. You can just use a NordVPN. That's what I use. This video is not sponsored. I'm not big enough yet for that. But as I've said before, guys, I am an affiliate with NordVPN and they are who I use so that I can change my settings to be in Australia so that I can watch Bluey and provide all this content to you guys. So if you want to do the same thing as well, all you have to do is just click that link down below, download NordVPN onto your laptop, desktop, phone, whatever you're using. Change your settings to Australia and then go to the Australia ABC iView website so that you can watch all of the amazing Bluey and other really cool Australian content as well. I do have a full tutorial video on it as well. I'll put a link in the description box down below and a card up here, and I'll also put it in the end credits of this video as well. Okay, so let's start off with that very first episode title, which I feel is the most obvious one, and that is the episode Exercise. So this easily matches up with the picture we have already of Bandit outside. He's stretching on the ground on a yoga mat. There's weights around. He's got a Fitbit on. He's got his iPod and speakers in the background, or iPhone and speakers. And the girls are there, I guess, kind of like wondering what he's doing. This has been a big sort of theme, I guess, of season 3 so far, with Bandit constantly talking about his weight and exercise. So I'm assuming we're finally going to get answers for that in this episode. This second one is called Wild Girls, which kind of reminded me a little bit of Pizza Girls. But I think that this one matches up with the picture of Indy, Chloe, and Bluey at school in the sort of school yard, field, whatever you would like to call it. We can see Chloe and Indy kind of doing like the farting arm movement that we saw before in the episode The Adventure. So I feel like that might have something to do with it, them being wild girls. And I kind of hope that this will also link into the episode Space and we'll see why they were sort of dressed up as like those crazy space alien fairies. So I think that that's what this episode is going to be called, Wild Girls. The third one, again, I feel is very obvious, and this is called Slide. We've known a lot about Slide for a long time now because the black and white still image of it got released ages ago. We see Leela and Bingo sliding down a water slide in their backyard. Bandit's there, there's some bugs and butterflies, and we have the colored picture of it as well of them on the pink water slide. So this one, yeah, it's pretty easy. 2 and 2 together, it's definitely Slide. The fourth one, again, kind of obvious title, Cricket. This matches up perfectly with the picture of Bandit and Bluey playing cricket together, and we also see Chloe and Mackenzie in the background. I'm assuming this episode is going to be about Bandit teaching Bluey how to play cricket and about how Aussie it is and all that kind of thing. The next episode title is called TV Shop. This one I'm kind of like a little bit debating on, but it could possibly match up with the picture of Bluey as a granny in the bathroom with her mum, because there's nothing else that really ties that into any of the other episode titles, so I feel like maybe that could be what it is. Perhaps, you know, the grannies are buying a new TV, so they're going to a TV shop and they're playing with their mum Chili, and she's like the person selling them stuff, and they're trying to decide where to put the TV, if it's in the bathroom. That's like a possible idea, but I think that those two kind of link up together. The next episode title is called Stickbird. This one I think definitely links up with the photo we have of them at the beach. So we see Chili, Bingo, and Bluey all holding sticks, getting ready to throw them. They've got their iconic Australian zinc on their cheeks to keep them protected from our awful sun that we have. But I feel like maybe this is kind of like a hint towards the idea of like a boomerang as well. So Chili's teaching them how to throw a stick to make it fly like a bird, stick bird, but also like maybe how it can come around like a boomerang. So I feel like that could be sort of the idea of what's happening in this episode. The next episode title is Show and Tell. Again, this one is pretty obvious which picture it lines up to. It's the one of Bingo at school holding up what looks like a crab claw. So obviously it's about bingo and she's doing show and tell at her school. Maybe this follows on from Stickbird as well. So they found the crab claw at the beach and she's taking it to school to talk about it. So I feel like those two maybe link up together pretty well. The next one that I think could possibly be linked together is the episode Relax. I think this links up with the South Bank episode because we can see from this picture that Bandit and the girls are all happy, saying hooray, and then Chili's looking really annoyed and frustrated, like having all the stuff. And maybe this could be like one of those like, Mum, I understand you episodes. So where, yeah, as mums, we very rarely get to relax. We've constantly got things going on in our head about what's happening, what needs to be done, getting everything ready. So maybe this could be about Chili getting the chance to relax or not ever getting the chance to relax. And that could be, I don't know, I think a really good episode for mums. The next episode title is Ghost Basket. I've already done a whole video talking about this because I was super excited because I am, again, 99.9% sure that this is a Halloween special episode. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll leave a link up here and a link down below in the description box as well. Definitely go check it out. I go into a lot more detail there. But yeah, I'm almost 100% sure that this is a Halloween special. It's about the girls going trick-or-treating around the neighborhood, and we'll see all their friends dressed up in different outfits as well, because we've seen some of it already in the merchandise in Big W. Now, the next episode, I wasn't really sure what this would be. So the episode is called The Sign. And we don't have any images to link up to it. We don't know any information about it. But there is one toy that doesn't link up to anything so far. And that is the Bluey and Rusty go-kart toy. Now, normally all the toys link up to episodes or things that have happened, whether they're short, stuff like that. But we've never gotten an episode of Bluey and Rusty go-karting. So why would we have a toy about it? I think that it possibly might link up to this one, The Sign. I'm not quite sure how, but it's the only one that sort of has a bit of space, I guess, for them to like work together. So I think that, yeah, maybe this has something to do with them go-karting around. Now, the next two episode titles are called Surprise and Dragon. Now, I think that one of these two episodes is going to be the wedding episode that we have been promised. I am also 100% sure that this is going to be Rad and Frisky's one, which is why I think that Dragon could be the name of it, because, you know, the double babysitter episode, Prince punching the dragon, that was a big thing for it. But surprise could also be a thing as well, that maybe a surprise they're engaged, or a surprise we're having a wedding tomorrow. So either title could maybe work in with the idea of the wedding episode. I did, again, do a breakdown with all like the pictures and what I thought each one would be in more detail in a previous video. So again, link up here for that and one in the description box below. And then the very last episode title we have is Cubby. And again, nothing. We got nothing for this, no pictures, no information. But I feel like Cubby is kind of straightforward. It's going to be about the girls building a cubby house and something to do with building, cubby, anything like that. But it's going to be them building a cubby house. So, you know, we can kind of just assume that much. And that's all of those episode titles. So just to reiterate, this is what they're all called again. Exercise, Wild Girls, Slide, Cricket, TV Shop, Stickbird, Show and Tell, Relax, Ghost Basket, The Sign, Surprise, Dragon, Cubby. So out of all those episodes, for episodes 38 to episode 50, which one are you maybe the most excited to see? For me, I definitely think it's going to be Ghost Basket. I'm super excited to see a Halloween episode. And of course, I'm super excited to see the wedding episode, whether that's Surprise or Dragon as well. And I'm excited to see if I'm right, if I'm correct in all my theorizing and Batman detective work, and yeah, just in general, if this is what is actually going to be happening and if it's going to be happening soon. So I'm sure, you know, whenever this releases, we'll all come back to this video and be like, ah, yes, Margie, you were so right. Or, whoo, she was really, really wrong. Either way, let me know what you think in the description box down below. Don't forget as well to hit that like button as well as that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and that bell for notifications so you know whenever I release any other videos. Until then, here are some of those videos I was talking about for you cheeky dogs, and I will see you all in another video. Mwah! Bye!